everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video the ban has lifted and it is time to go on tour and go spread some slurry. So as you would have seen in the last video, we are quite literally finished one and started another, and we are just about to leave. So Father Phil's trying to get himself turned there. Try not knock the baling, but best time of the year. I've been waiting all winter to get back at the slurry. Absolutely flippin' love slurry. Anyways, we'll be on out the gap, off to the first job. Yes, for anyone who didn't see the last video, yes, it is a bit late in the morning to be getting going, but that was just down to some bad luck. Pipes burst on for the front links yesterday while we were just finishing up the last bit to be done with the system, and of course then that meant we had to wait for our garage to open to get pipes and so on and so forth. Left us that a little bit delayed, but however, at least it went when we were in the yard and we could get it solved, and not when we were on the road at 7:30 this morning. So it's the joys of it. But anyways, we'll be it on. So we're here now, just getting ourselves lined up. Father Phil is lining himself up there, spreading off the lagoon. The Father Phil kind of get in place, and then I lay off my pipe, follow the farmer across where he's leaving the tracks, and yeah, it's a nice bit, about 30 acres. Farmer is just spreading a bit that has been the last bit that was grazed last year, because the log grass, very mild winter, so it has been. See how we get on. Could be wet enough out there, but we should be all right. So switch. It's very frosty at the minute too. Yeah, right. We'll go follow the farmer out across the fields, lay off. I'll take about 400 metres of piping before we can get ready to spread. So we'll just first roll a pipe off. So it takes about 300 metres. It wasn't 200. Just a wild pile of grass. You definitely know it was a very mild winter. There's a lot of grass on the ground for the time of year, so there is. And that is the pipe on. So now we'll go another bit. So it's the next 2 fields out we're doing, and then there's one that way, and then we're crossing the road. So happy days. So that's everything off the back now. So we unload the front, we're going out there next, and well, that's where we're going now. We'll start out there, then we'll be able to work our way back into this field, then roll up some piping, go to the other side of the roadway, go above the roadway, and then cross the road. That's the plan. It's time to take some off the front. We're quite front heavy now at the minute, because I have 2 200s and a short one, and the long short one is on the back as well, so 600 metres down. So now we take off in our blue one on the front. That should get me out there and get me spreading, so we'll get that done next. So that's the pipe laid out. This field is a little bit tricky. Here. So just going across there, left a few marks. It's a long field, so just gonna have to be careful how I spread it, because I have a fair bit of piping to pull back to the far end, so I'm not going to do this in long lengths up and down. I'll break the field into maybe 3 parts to try not do too much damage. It's gonna be a little bit tricky, this one, but it should get on all right. It's just when you know where the wet spots are, you just go to them and back from them, and you only go through them once. But we're on the pipe, oh, we get spread. So we're hooked up now. Flick that switch, pull this lever, arms come out, nice and slowly. Hopefully no pipes pull off. Oh, there's a pipe in the wrong spot. And pipe's going to come off. That pipe there should be through that, or on top of it, shouldn't be under it, so that's going to come off of me anyways. That's annoying. So yeah, no, radio into Father. You there? I'm ready to go here, you can light me up. Picture, no sound. He must have been pricking at his 3-1, because now I can't hear him at all. Lovely. Oh, the primer seized, is it with the frost? So the vanes are frozen on the primer pump, so he's just getting a bucket of hot water so he can get to thaw out. Fun! And you think by this stage of the morning that it should have thawed out, but it hasn't. Yeah. Oh, I just want to get spreading. It's just when you don't get up and you don't get spreading before daylight, it just, for whatever reason, it just seems to drag and drag and drag. Very frustrating. Hopefully it doesn't take too much longer. So after some minor technical difficulties, we're in business. So, and that CB seems to be working now. No, I must have changed something, heat changed something. No, it's working now anyways. So just get ready to pull this pipe straight because there's a bit of a kink in it there. Yeah, here comes the slurry. You'll see it now, you'll see it coming down this pipe here beside me any second now. Any second now. See it lifting? That's the air in front of the slurry. That's what's filling that at the minute. And you'll see the pipe sink down with the weight of the slurry then. Better straighten this out, the air coming down. I have air, but just waiting on the slurry to come down. No sign. Ground is tricky enough out here now. I'll see what I can get done out here, but it mightn't be a lot. No. There's the slurry. Just the wind. Ooh. That is a great start. Me first job, wash the tractor and a burst pipe. Oh God, you got to love the job. Oh, a little bit tidier. I'm so peeved. The amount of time and effort that went into washing that. I was telling myself, right, we'll do this one thing, one job, one field, and then we'll put the drum, we'll get pipes to steam. What happens? Starts beside it. Burst pipe. Talk about bad luck. Oh, that's the joys of the job. We only have 2 black pipes. Both of them have holes, but they're usually patched, but the patches can slip when we're rolling up. Anyways, we get back spreading. So we're cleaner, a bit fogged up, but I can actually see what I'm doing now. Kinda, when you're in wet ground, you need to be able to see where you're going and what the ground is like to try and avoid wet spots. But so we have all I can do at the other end of the field. Wasn't much, 2 or 3 turns. Farmer wants to put out at 2,000 gallons less per acre, so we are tipping on. For the time being in this bit of ground, which is a little bit tricky, we'll give it our full attention, so I either don't get stuck nor leave too many marks. Anyways, we'll pick it up when we move into the other field, because it's just be tricky going out here. We're spreading away here, actually getting on not too bad. Seems actually the upper end is a bit wetter than the lower end for a strange reason. It's just how some fields are. But the pipe that was leaking has stopped, as would normally happen. It's just a small pinhole and blocked with fibre. When we blow it out, it's going to blow that fibre out and I'll have to move the patch again, but it's not leaking at the minute. So one of the things you may be wondering, just because how wet can I go? What's my limits on these big balloon tires? And the way I've always looked at it and said it, and if a farmer asks could I travel, if you can walk it, I can travel it. If your foot goes through the sod, I go through the sod. If you can walk it, I can travel it. That's how I've always put it to lads, and that seems to be how it kind of works out for me, and I never go too far wrong at that. So I'm actually getting a lot more than I thought I was going to get this field done. Anyways, I'll put down the camera. Don't have much left to do in this field, or I don't know how much I'll get done, but we get it done. We'll have to roll up the black pipe I put down and then rehook in and then spread the other field. I should have enough piping in the other field to do that without having to put down any more, so I just have to lift one pipe. So we might see how this new compressor works out, if Father Phil wants to give it a go, or whether he'll want me to roll it full. I don't know, we'll find out. Anyways, yeah, not too much left here to do. So that's it, blew out. So Father Phil told me to, once I was at the end, to let it out through the splash plate. He's afraid it could take all the pipes off the dribble bar, but I'm not sure, but I said I'd do it for the crack. it was shooting it very far, very far. But anyways, so that's it done. So he knocked that off. We'll roll up this pipe and we'll go back out to the other field. So we're out, we're spreading. Happy days, everything seems going fine. All my droppers are working. Just have to watch out now this tree, so I'll just turn here. I'll do this field up and down a bit. This field and the next field I have to do are probably the only two fields I could test auto steering on, but I'm waiting on my RTK service connection. It's not working until I get that sorted, so I have to get that sorted before I can use it. So a little bit annoyed, but the auto steer is only going to be useful in this tractor when it comes to doing dry, straightforward jobs. Wet ground, it's not going to know the difference between a dry bit and a wet bit, so you have to be in control then. And then same when you're in fields where there's obstacles, you need to be keeping an eye on it. So it won't even do the GPS work without RTK. It basically doesn't do anything without the RTK connection. So I have to wait for that. A little bit disappointed, but however. Steering wheel, it's going to take a bit of getting used to, because of the motor unit, the distance from my dyno shift paddle to the steering wheel is quite large. It's take a bit of getting used to, and it's like a racing car steering wheel, with a strange one, but it's not too bad. It just takes a bit of getting used to. But steering wise, it's perfect that way, and it's good and solid on it. There's no fear of it coming off in my hands. So anyways, when I get another bit of this done, I'll fire up the drone, as this is the biggest paddock I have to do. By the way, the camera on the drone will be up next, and hopefully she's not looking too dirty.
I don't wanna see you, I don't wanna hear you tonight, I don't wanna fight you, you don't wanna know if I feel alright. I don't wanna just forgive you, I just wanna be fine. I'll be waiting for a sign to light up, yeah. And your heart is out of sight, I just wanna feel mine. Hey you, I'm gonna be the one for another one. Hey you, maybe then you'll know that I was never one. I don't wanna see you, I don't wanna fear you tonight. You don't wanna know me, you just wanna make sure you're right. I'm gonna be the one for another one. Maybe then you'll know that I was never one. I'm gonna be the one for another one. I don't wanna feel you tonight. Got me. Got me. Can I hear you? Got me. Got me. Can I hear you?
So that's this field done. So pipes blew out, so just a matter of rolling up one section, just a short bit, it's not over long, and then trying to get that pipe re-pulled along there to go out there to do up and down, then to go across the road. Just as we say, rejig the pipe. That's the next thing to do. So I think I'll put a camera down somewhere and we'll time lapse it. So just done the little triangular one, didn't get all of it done, quite wet. I got all I could do done, did leave a little track or two in it, but none the roller won't take out. I wasn't so much going down as I was just kind of, the top was very greasy and it was just kind of bubbling up, but it'll be alright. The roller will take it out. It's always the issue this time of the year, gauging how good ground is. But anyways, One of the handy things though is I'm just pulling the pipe out of that field now, so it's a dead straightforward job. There's no blowing or rejigging. I'm just pulling the pipe out, spreading my way into the next field, so it's happy days. This is the next field I'm in, our paddock, not over big, and then after this I'm crossing the road. So we get this done, then I have to lift that pipe that I'm pulling with now and get the pipe across, and then I think throw down a few sandbags. It's a cul-de-sac road, so it's not, I think there's one house below where I'll be crossing, so it's not the busiest spot, but still, just leave it right. Keep spreading away. Everything seems to be going all right. All my droppers are working away there fine. I was a bit concerned about some of them late bits of lay flat and how flat they were, but seems to be 110% there. So happy out, but it is good. It is good watery stuff. It is good watery stuff. I'm perfect for pipe, I am. Yeah. No, I'm not going now piping. So anyways, yeah, another bit done, and then the next bit is crossing the road. And that is that field done. Blew out. Open my lollipop because that gets more air out of the pipe that way. I think it's pretty much finished there now. So right, we just unhook the pipes and roll up and get across the road, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other fields to do, but some of them could be very wet. So I can't even hold the camera when I put on 2 gloves, or I get the camera dirty and then I get my hands dirty. Oh, jeez, my leg is sore. My leg is sore. I didn't drive backwards. Better take the pressure off that. But anyways, blowing it out through the pipes the last 2 times. Pipes aren't coming off, but savage blow on it. Savage blow. A heck of a lot more than I'm normally used to, and blows out super quick. Super quick. A lot quicker than the old roll compressor was ever able to. So you can't unhook the pipe if you're still pulling it. Doesn't come off too easy. But anyways, there's not much to show you, and I could do with having me head cam. So we'll get the pipe rolled up when we get across the road. Yeah, I'm across the road now. I'm ready to go, so let me up there. Okay, what's the ground like? Ground out here is okay, but I'd say the next lock of fields after the first one could be tricky enough. Right, that's fine. We'll have to fine tune that CB a bit still. It's just about hear what he's saying. One of the issues you have this time of the year is the grass hasn't been net in 2-3 months, cattle haven't been out, and the grass, even though it's winter, the grass grows a bit, and it grows over all the spots, wet spots. All the spots look relatively the same, especially after the mild winter. All grass, the grass height, it's hiding the wet spots from me, and you're testing the ground the whole time, and you're trying to get as much as you can out with minimal ground damage without leaving as many tracks, and it can be tricky, especially whatever about if a field has only been grazed, you can see a wet spot because you'll see the marks the cattle left, whereas this time of the year very hard because it all looks the same. But we are making serious progress for having such a bad start and a late start. We are well on our way. Oh, there's Slurry now, I think, is it? Yeah, that's Slurry now. Pull my master into action. Okay, I have Slurry here, I have lots. Okay. Oh, that sounds a bit clearer. About a kilometre piping down now, maybe a bit wetted. The price of fertiliser at the minute is crazy. It is mad high. Everyone's working on the same theory, even ourselves. Slurry is now a bit like gold dust, and other years where you put out heavy, you'll be just produce with bad words, you'll be getting rid of Slurry because it'll be in the way. This year's a different story. It's going to be put out light, it's going to be put out often, it's going to be put out strategically, more strategically than other years. We're actually planning on putting slurry on our winter crop, something that we've never done before. And that's one of the reasons why I was very keen on getting the awful steer, as whatever about grassland lapping or missing a bit won't make that big a difference, but on a crop lapping a bit could be the difference between a standing and a lying down. Yes, for anyone who's watching outside of Ireland, me talking about the ban. What is the ban? The ban is between the 15th of October and the 15th of January. We're not allowed to spread slurry. Now different parts of Ireland have different time. Everyone can spread slurry from the 15th of October onward, but then when we can start spreading in our area, we start the 15th. Further south they start the 12th, or the 12th is the last day, the 15th is the last day, and then further north of us they can't start till the 1st of February. So they have a lot longer of a period without spreading slurry, and that's what I mean by the ban. Another thing might have been in the title, we are 22 if not 23 years spreading slurry. This is the 22nd or 23rd season. 2000 was the year my father bought the first umbilical outfit. We were the first in the county, and we're still at it, and this is my favourite job. I absolutely flippin' love this job. You get spreading away here, there's not much else to say. The next lot of fields, as I said, are going to be wet, so I don't know how much filming I'll do, but we'll see how we get on. But yeah, we're tipping along there nicely. Everything seems to have settled now and we're going alright. Fingers crossed, touch wood, it stays that way. Probably jinxed it now and something will go wrong. But however, we will keep moseying on, bait on. So, just done another 2 of these smaller, wetter fields, and actually travelling fierce well. A lot better than what I was expecting, so I'm happy out. Only one more to do, and then it's a whole blowout and rejig, and then another 2 fields, and that's it. That's all the fields done then. Just absolutely flying along here. Just when you put it out light, just you get through some amount of ground in a hurry. Anyways, we get rejigged. So just spreading the last 2 fields now. This one, which as you can tell isn't very wide, and then that one out there. While it's bigger, there's wet spots throughout it. This one's travelling alright, but it is very narrow. But you're probably wondering, pipe's gone through the middle now, how am I going to manage that? Am I going to roll up? What am I going to do? Well, I'm hoping between going up and down, I should be able to get most of my pipe back into the centre position, and then I should be able to just drag it back out without too much of a pull on either the corner post or the tree. So it should work out not too bad. And then we're into the last field, absolutely flying through. So just down the next field now. I have my pipe nearly out, not all of it, so just have to spread the field according to how the pipe's going to come out. So it's not going to be just a straightforward, everything's going to be done that way, it's bits going to be done that way, and then finishing it that way, just to get the pipe in without putting too much of a pull in the corner post. The start of the season, it's great to be back at it. Looking forward to a good busy season now. You're probably wondering, who's feeding the cattle at home? What's the story? Well, we are absolutely blessed to have Liv at home, because she's, not only is she looking after all the young stock and the chickens and the pigs and the ducks and the geese and all of that, looking after the farm shop, but she's now also looking after some of the diet feeding, some of it. And Bro then as well, when he gets home from school, is giving her a hand with some of the trickier sheds and that, so that when we get home all we have to do is push in, bed, that's it. So it really is big thanks to Liv. She's doing an awful lot of work for us, so she's worth her weight in gold, so she is. But that's how we're keeping the show on the road. It's all hands to the deck now while Uncle Ian is ill. Much more to say, Slurry. This is what I'll be spending the next while doing, till pretty much basically till we start tilling. This non-stop Slurry, and I absolutely love it. Look, there'll be more Slurry videos. I'll try and do more shots and more things when we get into it, show you the auto steer working. We'll get this job finished up. This last field now, it shouldn't take us too long. Anyways, daylight is fading on us. Let there be light. That's messing with that now. Right, that solved that problem. Not too shabby. We spread away, and that is all she wrote. That's this job finished for this time. So that's 38 acres spread in quite quickly. So it's just tomorrow rolling up all the pipes now and be on back to the house, as we are in County Longford at the minute, and I think we've one bit more to do in the morning and then we're heading to Moat. Anyways, so now we roll up the pipes and we'll be on home. Happy days. So that is the pipes all rolled up. So I'll follow my tracks back the way I laid out the pipe. You can't really see me, but yeah. So that marks the end of the first day back. The CB did let me down a bit. It's kind of hard to get in contact with Father Phil, and as well then with when I turn on the lights I completely lost it. So I'm gonna have to get the yoke I got off of Sparky to tune it properly, plug that in and get that done. Annoyed I didn't get to use the auto steering kit, but then again there's only 2 fields I could have really used it in. The other fields it'd have been a bit risky. So look, that's it. There's not much else to say. First day out, happy out. So anyways, I'm going to leave it at that for today's video. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. That is it from me. I'm baiting on home. Good luck.